Hey everybody, welcome back. So glad to see you. So glad you came back to see us. I'm so excited today because we have a brand new animal that used to be an old one right back here on the promised land. It just came in. We're going to be talking about it here in just it's an amazing animal. And I tell you what, trying to get started in something, this could be perfectly up your alley. And there's an amazing little story about this animal. And I'll tell you what it is here in just a few minutes. But this animal, its parents were hatched right here on the promised land. And then we shut them down for a while, and now the bloodline has come back to us, and I'm so excited for it. Last year, we had to let a lot of stuff go as I recovered from a sickness. This year, we're just getting started back, and it amazes me how things are coming together. But this little animal is going to be so amazing. I hope you come along with the journey to watch how it folds out and goes on. And and I want to ask you a question to start thinking outside of your box before we just get started and before we bring on the animals. And what do you see when you see certain things? Do you feel broke, busted, and disgusted? Do you think there's no hope? Or there's something you desire but you just can't seem to get? Well, I tell you, you can have anything, you can do anything. You are smart, you are talented, you are more than enough. But the one thing that may be stopping you is the things you think and believe. But if you're willing to think outside of the box a little bit, if you want something you ain't never had, you got to do stuff you ain't never did. Right now in our economy, I'm broadcasting to you live right here from Promised Land Living Farms, the place God gave us right here in the Catawba Valley. In America today, in many parts of the world, they are afraid about food shortages. They're afraid about high prices and all the stuff going on. There's a lot of fear out there. And right now, a lot of people are trying to look for different ways that they could feed their family or sustain themselves. And maybe they're in a situation where they're in an apartment or a township that won't allow you to have livestock, won't let you have cows or chickens that crow or whatever the reason. This animal I'm talking about sort of slips under the radar. You can have it in the back room of your spare apartment. You can have it on your front porch. You can have it in a little box outside your house, and nobody's ever going to know but you. It takes very little maintenance, very little care. They are beautiful. You can involve your children. They will produce you eggs and meat as much as you want with very little cost going into it. And I tell you, this animal was the animal that God chose to feed his people when they were in the wilderness and when they was in the desert. Twice he sent them to them. Twice it's mentioned in the Bible. Once in Exodus 16:13 and one in Numbers. And you can Google it and find it in there. But God chose this animal. And I tell you, everything I have researched about their eggs have 20 different medical benefits for you. Their meat is very healthy too. 2 weeks they'll hatch out. In 9 weeks they're grown ready to harvest or they're reproducing. It's a very fast growing animal, very quick growing animal. And they start from this little bitty egg right here. I'm talking about cornish quail if you haven't figured it out yet. But I want to ask you something today. When you see and you look, this is not a whole dozen eggs, but this is just eggs. You can buy them at any store you want to, pay any price. But when you pick up this egg, what do you see? This egg is a lot more than just a breakfast sandwich or one meal for one day. This egg is a future that can go as far as you want it to if you have a little vision. Everything begins with a thought. Now, inside of this egg could be a chick that can lay you eggs and rehatch more, and you have a lifetime supply of eggs. You can have one meal today, or you can learn how to feed yourself for the rest of your life and your family. But most people, or a lot of people, can't start with big chickens. One, the overcost is too expensive. And two, they don't have any knowledge yet. So you don't want to waste a lot of money and accomplish nothing but failure. So start with the small things. They're so much better. These quail, and if you'll Google them and do a little research, they are extremely healthy for you. Now, it takes 3 quail eggs to make one chicken egg, but each one of these little hens will lay around 300 eggs a year, which is high more than chickens, and you can keep them in a much smaller space, have way more birds, and produce as much as you want to. You can involve your children, start an egg business, start a quail meat business, whatever you want to get them coming back into the money. But I tell you, and these are the cutest little things when they hatch. Come here, baby. They're also very fast and slick. I don't know if you can see this or not. These are not very big at all. But these will grow out in 9 weeks. They will be full grown. They will be full grown, and those were the Cornish jumbo brown quail. And I don't have an adult with me right now, so Luis, will you pop adult quail in there, please? 9 weeks. This baby will grow out and be ready to harvest, to sell, to reproduce on their own. Now, I like the jumbo browns because they're feather sexable, and you can tell in about 2.5, 3 weeks. But now these birds, and a lot of people, I've heard about this problem a lot. I haven't never had it, but when they try to introduce quail into quail about heavy fighting and a lot of vicious fighting in between them. But I've discovered that if you put the babies in about 2.5, 3 weeks old with your adults to grow out, there is no fighting. As long as they're not sexually old enough, there is no issue. And as they grow up, there is no issue. So just let them grow out right in there with the adults, and you won't have any of those major problems as you're trying to introduce 2 adults, because they are territorial. But I tell you, this is one of the fastest growing and becoming extremely popular meat out there. And don't take my word for it. You can go buy any Jack B. Quick or most stores and buy pickled eggs. And try your quail egg. Go to the supermarket and find you quail eggs or quail meat and try it before you start it. It's a very little investment to get you started that can have a lifetime of payoffs. Something's better than nothing. And the things you're going to learn with these little birds, you can adapt into the bigger ones when you go into it and make your life way sweeter and better. And of course, if you want to get into some real detailed stuff about it, you have to come on over to Patreon when we post that on there. And we're going to go into great depths from start to finish, all the way through, including how to process them the best way and everything. So it's going to be a real interesting learning time. But for you, it's just watching on YouTube. Start thinking out of the box and change your life today. You're not boxed in. You're not held up. You are somebody, and you can do anything. You may not have $1,000,000, but you got some dollar. As long as you can get just a little bit, bargain, trade, or whatever, you can get yourself started. So we love you. God bless you. Till we see you again. Good night.